Good day, Internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I'm your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Words. I'm a performing poet, a teacher, and a very proud father. Tonight, we have 25 people who are guaranteed to get on the list to perform their poem or poems. We have 25 people who signed up first, the first 25 to sign up. They guaranteed 4 minutes. And then afterwards, we like to know where we can find them on social media. I do have 10 people on the waiting list. The people on the waiting list are not guaranteed. So everyone who is here on Zoom with me, please check your chat. As I just put in who is on the guaranteed list, it changed at the last second. We had a couple of people drop off. So people like Trisha De Jesus, Ray, Jane, and Tree, who are on the waiting list, are now going to be guaranteed to rock out. So I'm excited to hear them. So as I said, we are here on Zoom, but we are also live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. If you would like to join us, at the bottom left hand, you will see this number for Zoom. It is 279-995-364. Once again, 279-995-364. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is our 30th show, and it is all in part because of the financial help of the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust. Thank you for sponsoring our free online events. If you would like to help us, you can support us with a tax-deductible donation at neweurekan.org/contribute or on our Cash App to New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Every Monday we have a theme. Tonight's theme is Well of Positivity. I just want to hear positive poems tonight. It's going to be a very tense day tomorrow for us here in America. So let's go into tomorrow with some momentum. A well of positivity is what we're going to hear tonight. Next week, the theme is it's going to be okay. All right. A lot of people are going to be upset no matter who wins. So that's next week. In 3 weeks, courtesy of Mashid, who is always here with the community supporting us, the theme is going to be first time, last time. However you want to flip it, you flip it. Wherever you want to take it, take it. Your first kiss, your last kiss, stuff like that. I'm going to a romantic sense. I don't know why. Okay, after that is appreciated gifts. It is the week of Thanksgiving. And regardless of how people feel about the politics of Thanksgiving, we do tend to use that week to get together and remember what to be thankful for. So that week is going to be just about appreciated gifts. And after that, darkest winter. I'm looking forward to that, for about a month here. I'm trying to keep the energy up, but poets can be nice and dark and traumatic, and we're going to need to hear some of that. So no, I got to let Overdose in. My Chicago Bears lost to the New Orleans Saints. Nobody mentioned it. All right, so let's get into it. First up is someone who is not a stranger to being first, coming to us from Massachusetts. Oh, look at her. She's all dialed up. It is Christina. Christina is also probably the strongest person in the room. And she's also tends to be the most vulnerable with her writing. Christina, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Excited to hear you. You're all dialed up. Did you go out or is this for us?
I always dress up like this for you guys. This is actually the only reason I do my makeup. This. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's the red. It looks a little different. I don't know, something about the red.
It's November, so I can break out my Christmas red, which I guess this is what this is technically called. So.
Nice. So, all right.
Or I could just break out my shoulders. So.
She be working out, man. Got follow her on Instagram, but we talk about that later. First, we're gonna hear her poetry.
So I feel like I'm gonna break hearts because I didn't stick to the theme, and this isn't like super happy. So, but maybe that's just preparing you guys for the heartbreak you're gonna have tomorrow. It's gonna be frustrating. So, okay. So I guess we'll just get into it. Okay. I should know how to do this by now. I don't even know what this is, but I should have probably mastered it because it feels like the time that I have invested was partly time wasted. It was time lost because what is time? It's a fluid construct that slips through my fingers like water in a creek rushing downstream after a rainstorm. Like tears that fall from my face, searching for relief and release after suffocating for so long. gasping for breath, coughing on stifled cold air. Like, I don't know what happened to October or the daylight, but I am ready to be absorbed into the winter moon as long as I have a cup of tea steeping for me. I should look like a train wreck because that's a visual that is a lot easier to explain, that when the car is going so high and it can't slow down, that it jumps the track, it explodes. But I am high functioning, organized, stress labeled, and placed in a filing cabinet so that the events are cross-referenced for future conversations. I am high functioning, tabling my feelings so that everybody else has a chance to eat before I consider the growling pit in my stomach. There are days that I am barely functioning on the inside, but the projection, the facade of high achieving and checklists and goal setting kind of shows through. Like, I should be a tornado so that everybody knows that I can also make a mess when I am out of control, but kind of hate that kind of hysteria too. I should have known how to get from A to B, but somehow when the road diverged, I didn't know what path to take, so I just sat there. I feel like the answer should have been easy, clear, and straightforward, just like checking off my ever-growing to-do list that I welcome with open arms, because following directions is comforting. But sometimes it feels like the labyrinth that changes with every step that I take, as though it can read my mind before I finish my own thoughts. It's kind of like when your mouth gets ahead of your brain, or your fingers skip words thinking that they've already typed them out. That I should have sat down sooner and gave myself time to get these ideas out of my head instead of letting them play the most exhausting game of musical chairs where the music never actually stops, but we all fall down in the end.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Christina.
Christina.
Yeah, great.
Very nice. Good job.
All right.
Love the lipstick.
That tornado line was killer. Yes, and after each poet performs, we look to unmute everyone so we can clap, make some noise for the poet, try to feel like we're at a real open mic. Christina, awesome. I love that tornado line. Loved it, loved it. When did you write it? You wrote it this year, this October?
Yeah, I think I always write something new for you guys.
Awesome, love it, love it. Christina, where can we find you online?
So on Instagram, it is Run, Sweat, Eat, Repeat. And then my website is also www.runsweateatrepeat.com. And then I'll also put that in the chat too.
Please do. Thank you, Christina. Appreciate you. That was Christina. Appreciate her as always, man. Make sure that you go check out her Instagram, man. She inspired you to do some push-ups at least, right? So go check her out. All right. Next, we got coming up Dylan DeForge. Poor Dylan, man. He didn't have the Pop the Cherry song sang to him, but I tried to help.
Yeah.
How are you this evening?
How you doing, Advocate?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
All right. So I've got new shit. It's on theme. I actually think it's kind of funny that the theme in coming weeks is gift giving, because when I think kind of like well of positivity thing, I like the sort of feeling of getting and giving gifts, but that's not necessarily the whole like give me stuff. I got inspired by this Yoko Ono piece where she talked about well, it's the epigraph for this piece. I'll read that first, and then I'll read the sort of amalgamation that I got. Take a tape of the sound of the snow falling. This should be done in the evening. Do not listen to the tape. Cut it and use it as string to tie gifts with. Make it a gift wrapper if you wish, using the same process with a phono sheet. I know phono sheets aren't necessarily used now, but this is something that I just wrote this week. Tape improvisations. I finally found a use for the blank cassettes from my grandparents. The contents of these sound journals are as follows. For New Year's, I uncapped my chapstick, puckered my lips, and kissed my forearm, whispering a countdown. I thought about love bites on a leather couch around my collarbone and shivered. I woke up and felt the outline in the mattress, embroidery, traced the spaces along my spine. I didn't want to roll over and see the absence, just bask in that embrace. Side B, Together We'll Ring in the New Year by Motion City Soundtrack. For Valentine's Day, I snuck into a screening room at the theater so you can hear the projectors purring and the faint echo of a matinee. I felt something graze my shoulder and pictured your head resting in the crook of my neck. You licked the butter off your fingers, glistening gold and sticky. The security guard yanked me up by my shirt and looked me in the eyes. He ain't stoned. Side B, Celluloid Heroes by the Kinks. For the spring equinox, I did 7-stroke rolls on a bass drum and clicked my fingernails on the windowsills. I strapped my rain boots on and stomped through the mud to record the sounds of banjo-throated bullfrogs burping bluegrass in the stream by the graveyard. Side B, Take Me to the River by Al Green. For 4th of July, I clicked the burner on to make stovetop popcorn, then ran it through a reverb pedal on a practice amp. Huddled in striped towels over spindles of dead grass, on the beachfront waiting for the bursts to dwindle into beads of color, in a playground where townies shot cannons in a nearby tennis court. Side B, 4th of July, Asbury Park, Sandy by Bruce Springsteen. For Halloween, I set a microphone out in my driveway and had my mother dump a bucket of ice water on me. My shriek was immortalized on magnetic ribbon with a pig squeal sound effect in the background. I ran my thumbnail along a dry crease, cracking and parting my bottom lip, tasting like copper and Kit Kat, wondering where the clip-on piercing went. Side B, I Never Dreamed Someone Like You Could Love Someone Like Me by Kate Irving. For Thanksgiving, I stalked a crew of turkeys by the ironworks. They went through the rotting wooden gate and gathered by the water wheel. In the distance, a chainsaw sectioned off a maple tree, raising its arms higher with each swipe. An electric knife carved a hunk of ham. Safety scissors snipped out the sky canopied in leaves. I felt my thighs chafe against old, cold denim. Side B, Fall into November by Folk Implosion. For Christmas, I twisted the bulbs into a dying line of lights, zapping myself before they hummed back to life, like white wasps getting the thrill of the sting. They ticked in time with the heater huffing gas through its pipes, the heartbeat of the house. I tore the contents of the year's notebook and rolled them into a snowman. I drank cocoa as it thawed. I scooped up the letters to hang up on a puny tree by the TV. Side B, Pretty Paper by Willie Nelson. What's more, I duplicated these tapes with a Goodwill boombox, then shattered the plastic casings to use the innards as bows to wrap them all up.
Unmute yourself.
All
Give it
right.
up for Dylan.
Right, working
Nice, Dylan. Very nice.
mixtapes, baby.
Yeah. Good
Mixtapes.
images.
That was awesome. We call that man a poet, Dylan DeForge. I loved it. I loved it. And then someone commented, Paul Skiff said, weird image with your hand over your mouth. Where's the sound coming from? Extra production value there. Dylan, where can the people find you online?
You can find me at DeForgery on Instagram, and in my bio it has a link to cards, so it has other websites in there. But yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Make sure that you put it into the chat as well.
Absolutely.
Dylan DeForge. It's like his third, fourth time with us. He's about to become a mainstay here at the New York. All right, next coming up is a mainstay because he's going to be my wingman when everything opens up again. That is DG Clearing, the freshest dressed brother.
Now, I will be out the weekend that it all opens up so we can go bar hopping. So it'll be fun.
Yes.
So, yes. I have 2 poems for tonight. The first one's for my wife. It's called On a Day. On a nice day, when you take a walk, jump in the leaves, go ride your bike, or skip along the sidewalk. On a blustery day, when you trudge against the elements, stagger against the howl, go trampling to the store, or tread to make it home. On a rainy day, when you march through the city, wade through the gutters, go climbing up the hill, or beat tracks in the mud. On a snowy day, when you hike into the woods, ski along the river, go snowshoe a deer trail, or stomp new paths. On a day, when you jump in the leaves, skip along the river, go snowshoeing in the woods, or beat new paths, I will always be there. Thank you. My second poem, it's election tomorrow, so this has to do with the election. It was just a little lie, as a mouse squeezes through the crack, along the floorboards, up the broom handle to the counter, into the cereal it goes. A little lie, as a squirrel chews through your roof, then makes a nest in the attic, gnawing against your wires, shorting out everything. A little lie, as the raccoons rip through the screen door, opening the cupboards, breaking all your dishes, garbage, glass, and food all over the kitchen. A little lie, as the bear comes through the open door, clears the fridge, helps himself to everything, thrashing food from one end of the house to the other. A little lie, as the skunk and all his friends come in, making tracks, filling all the rooms with stench. The grandfather clock strikes 12. Startled, they all spray everywhere in the house. A little lie, as the mice, squirrels, raccoons, bears, and skunk all run. Smoke and flames billow out of the doors and windows. Your house burns down. It was just a little lie. Thank you. Appreciate it.
DG clearing. Unmute yourselves and give it up for him.
DG.
All right, great, man.
DG.
Hell yeah,
All right,
DG.
good job. Really great.
Yeah.
DG clearing. I tried to stay out of the politics. I tried to guide everyone away, but I know we're going to come back.
Yeah,
to
there's
it.
always a little politics and everything. You
I
know,
know.
today's the last day where you can really help somebody. You can find me next week, but this week, go out and vote, vote, vote. Please, just go out and vote. You can't complain next year if you don't go out and vote. So, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
With this
DG.
election and every election.
DG clearing. Right now, the past few weeks, actually, he has been stressing that. He has not been using his time to promote himself. He's been using the time to just say, go vote. So soon we're going to be beyond it. We're going to see what's going to happen, right? We're going to see. I don't know. All right. Next, what I do know is that the lady of my heart, the lady of my eye is next, and that is Catherine Badan, who we haven't seen in a while. I am so happy to see you. How are you, Catherine?
I don't know. I'm okay. And first of all, thanks everybody. I kept saying, where's the car noise? Oh my God, it was on my end. Anyway,
Oh, that was coming from you?
I was watching a video of this guy driving through Savannah, and I don't know where the car noise is coming from. And yeah, it's been a weird day. And they started construction next door, and I'm sort of wiped out. So I hope I make it through tonight, but it's great to be here. And I'm doing 3 really small, I do short pieces anyway. They're teeny, so don't be alarmed. Oh my God, 3 pieces, not really. And 2 of them I wrote, okay, I'm dating myself, in 1976 when I was 3. And then the other one when I was 1990. The sound of one cat purring. The vibratory sound must be equal to the sound of 2 people making love. Total contentment, total union, total joy. The sound of one cat purring, a healing engine of life. When my cat purrs, she usually is laying on my stomach, and her motor seems to plug in. She seems to plug right into my center. I feel this incredible connection, this incredible comforting and relaxing feeling. The sound of one cat purring, like being back inside my mother's womb. Weather poetry. There are harmonics in the air, the wind, the omnipresent wind, not the great hot licks of the demon's tongue of the Santa Ana winds, but a pure, fresh healing coming down from the skies, the arms of God reaching out to grab the earth and shake her free of all the excess debris, the unnecessary negative energy, like spring cleaning, only in the fall, a majestic roar from the great god Thor. Finally, O Egypt, sitting around your throne are Black Panther cats, green eyes shining the reflection of your jewelry, and all around is water flowing into pools of flower petals, giving off perfumed aroma reaching up to heaven blue. Thank you.
Unmute yourself and give Catherine some love.
Man, I love it.
Chemistry.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Man, bro.
What? They love Catherine so much they're giving her props in 2 different languages. I heard some French there. I heard some French. Go ahead, Catherine. Unmute yourself so you can let the
Regis
people know.
Lifon says, I'm French. Anyway, here I am. This is kind of rinky dink, but if you just go to my website, catherinebadan.com, you'll see all my links at the bottom of my pages. That's my photo page. Anyway, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate you as always, Catherine Badan. I love it. I love it. And I'm partial to short poems. You know, for me, poetry is supposed to be concise, a real quick gut check. So I love it. I love it. All right, real quick, because I know we do have some people who joined us a little late. This is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the New Eureka Poets Cafe. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is show number 30. Where have you been? We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, also LinkedIn. But we are doing this on Zoom. If you want to join us, the number is at the bottom, 279-995-364. Tonight's theme is Well of Positivity. And moving forward with that, we have Alan Gary, who's back. I think he was last week or the week before. I think it was last week, but this is only his second time back with us. How are you, Alan?
I am strong, as we all should be together, united. And I have positivity tonight for you. I have the perfect theme. I've been waiting. This is it. You know, I am here. Hey, New Yorican now, it's in my blood. You know, born and raised, but you know what? I'm here. You got one. So I'm reading tonight from my as yet unpublished book, Something Beautiful, which is a collection of 100 short universal poems of hope in my own unique style. Very short poems in a tetradic style, which is each line leads to another line. There are 3 poems within the poem itself. So I'd like to get with it and hopefully touch some lives. Each one ends with something beautiful. Okay. Waterfalls, newborn babies' calls, trees that tickle the sky, holding hands with your 1 in 4 billion, whom your heart cannot deny. Waking with a splendiferous sunshine, spotlight in your eyes, traveling roads which lead to everywhere, magnificent journey there. Simple words, spoken sweetly, serve to alter loneliness completely, not the size, shape, or form, always the intent of our making. Something beautiful, breathtaking. What makes you want to make a change when you feel the urgency and are unashamed? Every atom of your body, when perfectly aligned, universally imploring you, focused and perfectly primed. Balance the difference between apathetic and overly compensating. Who you are and what you have comprise tools you have been gifted. Your emotions to change the world, truly they offer assistance. Without high spirits, you may simply sit blankly and no change may occur. Fear not then, something beautiful, angry. If you can smile when you are challenged and cry when you are joyful, plus accept your unique foibles, then you've managed to be human. Doesn't take a PhD to do it. Seek purpose in what you enjoy. It's your choosing. Totally valid, amusing, certainly not at all counterfeit. Package deal is for real, your life and everything surrounding it. Knowing there are obstacles, but realizing you have choices, choosing to be rebellious and make your own way. Something beautiful, wellness. Hidden more deeply than a molecule within a speck, unneeded, unmoved, unloved, not acknowledged, no urgency to check, existing from creation, yet undefinable and unknown, unfathomable, but somehow bestowed, singular and universally unique, one will touch another, and something beautiful unleashed. Broke, but not broken, valued and hopeful, rich in kind to those who find, one can treasure and recognize and find pleasure in any measure or a frail or flawed detail, Cherish the creation, one of a kind. Discover sensations of joy and wonder which awaken your mind. As a snowflake has its own motif, each and every one of us is something beautiful, unique. The touch of your finger across my cheek, I sense your caress and something deeper. Your eyes envelop me, not a spot is missed. You look at my body, but there is more you see. I adore your affection from your soulful inspection. By my side steadfastly, I feel something beautiful sensuously. Struggle, dawn of time, pursuit of freedom on the line. Change to damn, choice never consign. Achieve self-determination, happiness and peace. When you believe in what is right, something beautiful, civil rights. Yearning to share what hides inside. Who will receive this most wonderful prize? I open my eyes and realize love never wanes, no matter how much of it you give. Doesn't take a shaman to know this is indisputable. So give it away, something beautiful. Namaste. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Alan Gary.
We needed that. We needed that.
Yeah. Nice.
We was inundated with all that positivity. Hold on, let me unmute Alan one last time. Alan, quickly let the people know, where can we find you online, brother?
Okay, you can please like me at Alan Gary official fan page. And if you want to follow me to my page was just about filled my friend page, Alan Gary. I'm there, and we'll keep in touch and do good things, great things together. How's that?
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you. Alan Gary, make sure you put all that information in the chat as well so people could grab it. Someone had asked what the theme was for next week, and the theme is it's going to be okay. I think we're going to need to hear that, right? Because there's going to be a lot of tension. That's why I want to do something really positive tonight, so we could go into tomorrow with some positivity, because regardless of what happens, it's going to be crazy out there tomorrow. So next coming up is, I think this dude is crazy on the low. That's what I think. I think because he is such a good and creative writer, and he's always trying to do something different. I think he's crazy on the low, and we call him the GOAT, and that is Alexander Goldberg. Let me unmute Alexander. I love this dude coming to us out from Cali. How are you, Alexander?
I am good tonight, and I've been good because last night I had a marvelous dream. I had a dream that I'm a famous poet with multiple poetry collections and albums, and that I'm a regular at the cafe and on television and on radio, and that people greet me and recognize me on the street. And then I woke up and I realized that it was all just a dream. But I still feel good though, because after the dream, I wrote a poem that I'm presenting tonight. Yes.
That's what's up. I'm excited to hear it.
Good. I'm excited to present it. So this poem is called Poet's Dream. Yes, I remember first time when I started performing at New York Poets Cafe on Monday night. It changed my life completely. It has been perfect for me. I'm sure my fellow poets can say the same tonight. I think about the past years, the poetry I've worked on. It's been a lengthy process. It's easier for some. I think about the future. To me, it's more important. The phrase I use the most is, the best is yet to come. My best work isn't written. It hasn't been performed yet. Best movie wasn't filmed yet. Best sex is still ahead. I'm living in the moment, and we need to enjoy it. Though I'm no longer 20, I try not to be sad. I want to write a poem that people could relate to, that would become historic and stay in people's minds. No, really, I don't want it. To me, it doesn't matter. There is no sense or purpose. There's paths that each one finds. We should direct our energy into constructability, and we should stick together, because life sometimes gets grim. For each of us, there is a well, the well of positivity. Let's make someone's life better through poetry or film. We don't know where we're going, but we are going somewhere. Although we're doing something, we don't know the result. Community is growing. My sisters and my brothers, young poets, I know one thing. here is best place to start. There are so many problems. We find solutions hardly, but I'll say optimistically and keep my spirits up. I hope that someday we can say we live in perfect country. Our well of positivity still hasn't been dried up.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Goldberg.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, love
positive.
that last line, especially.
Yeah, that was great, man. You're famous as far as we're concerned, man.
Thank you so much. I like it.
That was a mic drop moment right there at the end. I love it. I loved it. Mr. Goldberg, where can the people find you online, brother?
People can find me online on Facebook, Alexander Goldberg 35, on Twitter, Go15, and on Instagram, Horbansky. Thank you so much. I'm posted right now in the chat.
Thank you, sir. Alexander Goldberg, the GOAT, man. Always bringing some positive energy every week. I love this dude. I love it. All right, moving forward. Next coming up is Mr. Nick Paleologos. We are past Halloween. That is why he is not in costume, no wig. How are you tonight, Nick?
Well, I've been weird, but I'm feeling great with the poems and everything. Last week I had a little bit of a scare, but COVID, but I'm well, I'm in good health. Everything is great. I'm doing great. So, and these poems help me out because I've been feeling really weird all day today. It's been funky. It's been a very funky day for me today. This piece that I got right here, Advocate, it's on theme, but it's a bit weird. I'm gonna have to present it in order for you guys to understand it. So I'm gonna get right into it. This piece is called Duped. Next time, there will be no next time. I apologize, even though I know it's lies. I'm tired of the games, I just want her back. I know I'm alive, if she ever tries to fucking leave again. I'm tied to the bed and set this house on fire. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright, because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. Like a bump of cocaine, you have caused pain over and over and over again. What you did to those women might not have been within that song. What you did was still wrong. You erased your social media, not questioned at first using my intellect. That was odd. Maybe you needed a break from all the despairing dialect. Ooh, I was so incorrect. Your dick was erect and you decided to do that D not to one, not two, not three, but what was said, 7 people you tragically wrecked. I called you a friend and we have done quite a bit together. Possibilities were endless. Now you're just memories in my brain ether. Who I choose to associate with should stay as my business. Yet when that business involves you saying shit that is disgusting or sticking something that shouldn't be there, then it becomes my business and disconnect as the trust I had in you has diminished. This isn't just a denouncing that I'm announcing. This is a wake-up call. What you have done has caused your own downfall, and you aren't here. At least not from what I can see. And I'm angry at myself for thinking that you were friendly. I haven't seen you in 2 years, and now adamantly, I'm not going to look for you. And I can't come at you vehemently. That's not meant for me. That's for the victims to decide. Consequently, for your actions, unless they tell me differently. And to those victims, it might not mean much. I hope you find peace and figuratively a well of positivity. I wish that you would find that well for all infinity. Clearly, the one you initially found had given you not a sense of dignity. I don't know what it's like to be penetrated so deeply by a monster, but I'm a survivor too. And this isn't about my publicity or for looking good publicly or for femininity. This is because it's the right thing to do, to show empathy. Lastly, I hope you are given the opportunity to grieve, to breathe, and ultimately to believe in the good humans that come from that figurative well of positivity. In peace.
Unmute yourselves. Give some energy to Nick.
Right.
Yes.
Good out
Great
of the
job,
bag.
Nick. Great
Here we
job.
go, Nick. Yes.
Nice.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
He's flipping it there at the end, wishing a well of positivity. That's what's up, man. Nick, where can the people find you online?
You can find me at The Real Nick P on Instagram. I have a Cash App, $ Pay Logos. I will drop in the chat, and I will also echo what DG said. Vote not only this election, but every election, guys. It's very important. Thank you guys so much. Let's keep the well of positivity going. Namaste, guys.
Nick Paleologos. I know I'm not the only one who thought he was crazy in the beginning, right? When he first started, I was like, what is he talking about? Then he flipped it. I was like, okay. You know, us artists, man, we, whoo. Okay, next coming up is another man who I think may be a little crazy. We're all crazy, right? We're artists. That's Mr. Michael Sindler. I love this dude. Michael, how are you? Oh, wait, wait. You muted yourself.
A little.
There we go.
A little. I'm doing all right, man. They're like boarding up the neighborhood and stuff, getting ready for craziness, but trying real hard to stay positive. After I actually just went back and looked at my stuff from '76 to see if I had anything positive there, but it's all angst, man. You know how it is when you're young. So I'll go with some things that are a little bit more positive. This is an acrostic sonnet called In Love with Love. Inside the silent chamber beyond thought nestles the seed of compassion, hatching luminant treasure that can't be bought. Offer freely, profit by dispatching, vibrations sing cellular choral tune. Expanding current flows through creation, whole and part reflect, harmonize, commune, incite miracles of transmutation, touch, gently caressing, begin to mend, healing from within, radiating out. Love proves no burdens too great to transcend, opening heart smiles, trust supplanting doubt, virginal sorrow slipped off like a glove. Ecstasy is to be in love with love. And I'm going to do another one for one of the great people I've actually known in my life. This is 3 a.m. Ringa, Gardener of Joy, in memory of Paul McGinnis. Don't dwell on the past or rush towards the future. This is the best time. Settle into the moment without an expectation. Now you can begin. Close your eyes. Now feel your breath. Find your place of peace. Strive for authenticity. Act only with compassion. Others may throw stones. Use them to build a garden. Make it inviting for weary souls to enter and set aside their burdens. Life gives you a choice. Will your hand be extended or closed in a fist? To know love is to be love. To be love is our purpose. Hatred begets pain in ourselves and in others. Wasted energy to hurt instead of nurture. Be a gardener of joy. Thank y'all.
Unmute yourselves and give it up. Give it up. Make some noise.
Woo!
Very nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Nicely done, Michael.
Lovely.
Nicely done.
Mr. Sandler took me to another place. I listened to everything he said. I don't know if y'all saw other videos, but I closed my eyes. I was breathing. I was there, man. I loved it. Michael, know where we can find you online, right?
You know, I'm just trying to stay, out of the streets, man. I live right in the middle of protests. I live 2 blocks south of the Capitol, so I'm just here in the back caves, keeping out of trouble, man.
I hear you. Michael Sindler, you are appreciated as always, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Sindler, it kind of centered me. I didn't even want to come back. I just wanted to be quiet, let everyone else talk. I liked it. All right, next we have Mr. Tessa Somok. Now I saw him coming in and out. There he is. Now his background's crazy, and I believe it was his niece who did it. Am I correct? Your niece drew it?
Yes, she is an artist.
Awesome. I love it. I love it.
So I want to complete the trifecta today.
Okay.
The trifecta of crazy.
You
ready to
I
go?
love it. Good.
The failure of discourse. In post-structuralism and psychoanalysis, there's only impossibility outside of concrete discourses from which to interpret or critique truth effects. Concepts have no existence independent of their articulation. They reverb in their pragmatic moment and only within a regime of signification. There is no stable truth that is transcendental to discursive and historical context from which it was produced and deployed. There is no neutral enunciative position to comment on utterances, fixing meaning once and for all, no methodology to provide mastery over the surplus of meaning that is produced by every signifying practice. There is no neutral language through which truth claims of discourse may be evaluated. If there is no mode of analysis that can claim unmediated access to truth or objectivity, how do we identify false discourses or consciousness? If we can't describe reality or truth, then discourse structures produce only categorical distortions. Therefore, any description of society as a structured totality is questionable. Contrary to the axioms of Western metaphysics, structures do not possess anything like fixed centers or essences that establish secure limits for the combination and/or a substitution of structural elements. In the absence of a stable center, no ordered set of relations, is it possible to achieve the status of a coherent and unified totality? This suggests that every process of ordering produces a surplus that limits and subverts totalization. The residual surplus ensures the persistence of a contested terrain of unfixity that escapes articulation and signification. The failure of totalization comes through the symbolic order, network of differential relations between signifying elements that provide categories and identities from where subjectivity and social reality are produced. The symbolic order is a failed structural totality, a discursive complex that maintains the illusion of consistency via a set of constitutive exclusions. We will merely leave a breadcrumb here so at some future time we can expand how these constitutive exclusions become the logic of identity, eventually racism, and most forms of discriminations. What are we saying? Symbolic order has holes. These gaps in symbolization retroactively produce sets of distortions in social and subjective reality. The warping of this discursive weave within the human experience is called the real. You may be familiar with alternate facts. The rendering of oppositional discourse is patently fake. The so-called post-factual political discourse, the erosion of epistemic dimension when reality stops exerting deontic. And here we mean a duty and obligation to ethical behavior, power on our political discourse when we stop caring about the truth. As such, post-factual political discourse is a discursive attitude that consists of three components: motivated cognition, conspiratorial epistemology, and bullshit. The conspiratorial epistemology attempts to correct the social symbolic distortion anxiety by mainly discrediting those who utter claims of the real incompatible with our explanatory completeness. Bullshit is an important philosophical concept. Bullshit is a class of claims about objective reality. When the speaker utters a claim of the bullshit class, the speaker is being dishonest. The bullshitter doesn't care with the claims of truth. The bullshitter is uttering bullshit in order to reinforce their pre-existing beliefs and or in order to persuade others of their beliefs. The real represents an ineradicable negativity that every symbolic structuration fails to master. The real occupies the site of lack in a symbolic structure, but more often than not, in the pre-symbolic non-meaning that founds the process of symbolization. We stand at the last breath of a large mass of settlers and their descendants who bullshit themselves, continue to inhabit the living collective body, and who cannot fully integrate into the symbolic. Amen.
Wow.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Mr.
Wow.
Justin.
Damn, that was brilliant.
Yeah, man.
Amen.
All right.
That was brilliant.
Nice.
That was Tessa Somok. I was waiting for him to say at the end, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let me unmute him. There we go. Mr. Tessa Somok, where can the people find you online, sir?
At Gashes 2019 on Facebook, also as Gashes 2019. I'll drop the links on there, and thanks for bearing that out.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Tessa Somok, check the Zoom in the chat. He's going to put all his information on there. Next up is Unmesh Mohitkar, right? Mohitkar. I hope I'm saying it right. I know last week I was kind of close, but wasn't fully.
Yeah. You are perfect, man. Thanks, Advocate. Thanks a lot.
You just saying all the right things. I like you, Unmesh. I like you. All right, man. Get into it, brother. Get.
I loved your video on Instagram, man. Saying nothing and saying everything.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. He's talking about my Instagram at Advocate of Words with his Z. Go check it out. Unmesh, you are winning so many points with me tonight. Thank you.
So this I bikes, okay, and I take short bike ride. This is about one of my rides. It's a short ride. I went to a reservoir or a dam. So in nature's company, you feel good, right? So are you ready to come with me for a ride? Let's go. Early morning, 6 a.m. Me on my bike for a ride. Destination was known. The road unknown, not that far. Still, the virus and clouds has not stopped me so far. Cloudy, cool breeze, fluttering my jacket, songs on my helmet speaker, beautiful, serene. But I was just not ready. Wanted to go back home. In 2 minds, I ate poha at one of the roadside stalls. It reminded me of the journeys which did not end well. Whatever. View was marvelous. I decided to go ahead. The mountains welcomed me with open arms. The road started speaking to me. I can hear the howdy by the birds. Group of bike riders stopped in front of me. For them, I was the lonely rider. They did not know they were with me. And then I saw the wall, pitch black, like the one they used to secure jail. I went ahead. Next few kilometers, it was just the wall. I was dejected. There was a sharp turn ahead. I decided, this is it for today. Let's go back. Still, I took the turn and surprised, the nature opened to me. I can see the reservoir secured by the hills on all sides. Water was sleeping in the lap of mountains. Lullaby of silent waves kissing the land. Birds bathing in the sun. Few students around the. I stopped, parked my bike, looked at the water, splendor, vast water embracing the mountains lovingly. The mountains stood in the arms of their lover, frozen in time. The trees looked like goosebumps, silent lovers making out, no fear in their eyes. Amazed, I sat there in no mood to live. The nature asked me to live and let live. The nature asked me to live and let live. Thank you.
Unmute yourself and give Unmesh some love.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. I love
Excellent work, man.
voice.
Very nice.
Unmesh, the people, I saw someone say it was enchanting. I think that was Sam Park who said it. It was enchanting. And you had this one line, the breeze flattered my jacket. The water was asleep in the lap of mountains. I love it. Unmesh, where can the people find you online?
Oh, excellent, man. This is my book, Light Shadow Life. It is available on Amazon. It has got short poems. You will definitely love it. And on Instagram, yes, I am Unmesh Mohitkar, and I am very, very active on Twitter. I am Mohitkar Unmesh on Twitter. So yeah, my name is difficult, but the meaning is to attract people, and I try to do it every day, every moment. And I love you guys. I love this stage, and means it has been a kind of a revelation for me to come here and perform every week. Thanks a lot, Advocate. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you, Umesh. Make sure you put that information into the chat as well so that the people can copy and paste it. Umesh, loved it. I loved it, man. I pay attention to the details. Devil's in the details, man. I like the details of his poem. All right, next coming up is another dude who's not afraid to speak, and that is Mr. Speaker. That's why they call him Mr. Speaker, man. He will speak anywhere, at any time, to anyone. That's it. If we needed an ambassador to go across the country and to other countries to represent us, someone who would not be afraid to speak, it would be this man, Mr. Speaker. How are you, brother?
I'm great. I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad to see you as always. Ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
I know you are. Go ahead, brother.
Just right. Are there any poets here tonight? Are there any inkheads who live to write? Is anyone here a prisoner to poetry? A person who writes to breathe? A person who expresses feelings through ink? See if you can identify with my positive think. See, I get up early to write. I stay out late to recite, researching facts because I want to be right. My goal is to improve your mental sight. Yes, I wrote the rules to spit, but some of y'all didn't even get it. But that's all right, because writing, I would never quit. I even speed write without a permit. So let these words penetrate your ears and grip your socks. There really is no such thing as writer's block. A true writer cannot be hindered from your passion. Open mic, radio shows, Zoom sessions, baby, that's where we cash in. Words, poetry started the human race. Writing even gives you mental breathing space. Poetry helps you to embrace life's issues as we run this race. Poetry allows the have and the have-nots to interface. So let me check again. Are there any darn poets in this place?
Make some noise. Let Mr. Speaker know we got some poets here.
Love that.
Good, yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
That was great.
Banging it.
I got two.
Speaker calling us to arms, man. That's how I felt it was. It was like a call to war. That's what's up. Let me try to unmute him. There we go. There we go. Mr. Speaker, thank you, brother. Where can the people find you online?
All right. MrSpeaker.com. All things James, Mr. Speaker series, that's where you can find me.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you as always, man. Oh, hey, you left early the other night. I'll hit you up. You left early the other open mic. I hit you up. That was Mr. Speaker, MrSpeaker.com. I didn't even know he had a website. Now I gotta go check that out. Also, he said something about how writer's block is a myth. I'm telling you, it's true. I did a whole video on it, broke down the science of it. Later on tonight, you go on YouTube, look up Advocate of Words, Writer's Block, Poetry Defined. You'll see I broke it all down in the video. Okay, so moving forward, I love that line. All right, Miss Diane Ward. We are in the presence of royalty. She carries this great balance of like wisdom and you. These are two things that are not supposed to be together in a person, and she carries it so well. Diane, how are you this evening?
I'm fine, thank you. Much better now that I'm here with everybody, with my Monday night family. Thank you. I stayed on the prompt, which is the well of positivity. It's not very long, so I hope you enjoy it. The well of positivity has no depth when hope prevails, constantly refilling and replenishing while and bathed and slurped and splashed. The well of positivity sometimes is threatened with drought. The well of positivity is threatened by human-like sponges that take and never replace with clear water, but muddy it. The well of positivity requires clear, conscious thought. The well of positivity challenges us to keep her well irrigated as she self-cleanses, self-sanitizes, and kills the germs of those whose filth is not on their skins, but in their porous, poisonous minds. Keep refilling the well of positivity. She's yours, she's mine, she's ours to maintain forever. Drink her in. Show your strength and promise to think beyond hope to your true joyous actualization. Your actualized self, watered by the well of positivity, is good and necessary beyond even the well. Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Give some energy to Diane.
Wow.
Thank you,
Wow,
Tony.
always
Amazing.
Thank you, Tony's soothing words.
You're the best.
Diane Ward. Someone wrote in the chat that I think it was Christian Elijah wrote, Diane Ward can read the back of a medicine bottle to me and it'll still like hypnotize me. I'm totally paraphrasing what he said, but I agree with that. Like, but the great thing is that she knows how to write. So we get that voice and great writing. Diane, thank you so much.
Everyone. Thank you very much. You can only see me here.
That's right. Every Monday, the exclusive Diane Ward. Well, not exclusive, but every Monday here at 8 p.m. Diane is here. Thank you, Diane. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you.
We got introduced to Diane Ward via Ron Mark Thompson, who I believe is on the open mic list tonight. So hopefully we are going to get to him. And I know that Christian Elijah is on the open mic list. Oh, he's almost up. He's next after who's next. And who's next is Miro. Let me unmute Miro. You guys should recognize the name because she is always in the chat having to say something about everyone's poem. How are you this evening, Miro?
I'm good. I'm trying to keep calm.
Positive.
You know, I tried. I took your theme and I threw it on the page and I ended up just writing in circles for like an hour. I'm not naturally a positive person, so it took everything I had. And I ended up just saying fuck it, and I ended up writing about the power outage that we were experiencing yesterday. We were having a hell of a windstorm and like the lights were flickering and then finally it all went out. And yeah, so I ended up writing about that because it just felt more truthful. So.
All right, go ahead, get into it. Go ahead. We're still gonna listen to you. We love you. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Okay. So it's called Vanishing Light. First, the power went out. Then my phone died, so there went my evening and the following day. Every other generator on the block is working except for ours, isn't it always the way? Sitting in the semi-dark, watching the shadows come home, nursing a case of writer's block, I'm trying to stay calm and not freak out over the work I'll miss, the dollar's gone. I pushed my thoughts instead toward the geniuses of the past who worked in the dark by the light of the flame, who poured out wonders with less resources than I have, less distractions, probably with similar thoughts bothering them, imposter syndrome, but not of the same caliber that endless scrolling gives to the anxious writer. I sit and the sun sinks behind the hills, wind whirling through the holler, and I think, occasionally putting pen to paper when the right words come materializing in my mind. I hear my parents killing time thanks to the charge left on their devices, devices, and I'm chewing my pen, tapping it on the page, frustrated, questioning how the geniuses did it in cold, drafty homes with flickering fires and a vision, a story they were compelled to tell, living through the centuries to inspire those like me, wondering if I'll get it right, if I'll finish this verse before the last light leaves the day and the sky, tired and content, sighs into night. Thank you.
Unmute yourself and give it up for
very
Miro.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miro.
Miro, very nice.
Yes, very nice.
Yes.
Miro made, I bet you Miro made all of us self-conscious because we're like, damn, during the summer, I can't even write unless the AC is on. I ain't trying to write no poem or chapter in a book if the AC is not on. Miro, where can the people find you online and let them know about your publishing?
Yeah, so me and some other very awesome poets are putting together a collection of love letters to Gaia, to Mother Nature. If you haven't been paying attention to the chat, I've been spamming just a little bit, and I'll continue to spam with the email. So we're looking for essays, 1,500 words, poems, black and white photography, drawings, songs, if you're so inclined, and email all of that to love letters to Gaia 2 at gmail.com, and I'll be putting more stuff in the chat, because if we don't have a planet to stand on, what the hell is it all for? That's what I've been saying for a very long time, and I'm still frustrated that the people who are allegedly in charge still don't understand. Yes, and you can find me, Miro Reads Books, on the gram, and I will put that in the chat as well. So thank you again so much, everybody, and thank you for the platform. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Miro. That is Miro. Make sure you go and check the chat. She's going to put all her information there. And this is why we're saying, like, connect with everyone so that you can get published. You see that, like, we've had other people in the past from our community publish or do other shows, could talk about other workshops. So make sure that you're connected. Next, coming up is a gentleman who's been with us, I think, for about a month now, and that is Christian Elijah. I'm digging the hat, man. I'm digging the hat. I'm waiting for you to get up and do the Kid and Play. How are you, Christian?
Thanks, man. I'm really feeling this shit. I got all the 90s stuff on here. I'm so excited. Ren and Stimpy's on it.
It's looking fire.
I'm
it's looking fire, man. You better now you put pressure on yourself. You got to bring it with your poetry. If you're gonna wear
Listen, man, I got a poem that's just it brings me so much joy to my heart. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it'll bring joy to everybody else. It's just about love, man. So here we go. It's called 24 Hours, and I'm gonna try to zoom through it so I'm not over no 4 minutes. I don't know if what I'm feeling is right or correct or crazy or stupid or wrong. I don't fully understand this feeling. It literally takes over my mind, it floods my heart, and it vibrates my body. Is this what love is? See, I don't think you would want to be with me or someone like me. But if you were to give me just 24 hours of your time, space, and energy, I will show you what I would do with you, for you, and to you. We can start slow, hold hands, roll one, but your existence is already ecstasy. Your energy enters and exits me. Monarchs at the top of my stomach, you got the best of me. And in these next 24, you can have the rest of me. Eggs, potatoes, grits, pancakes, I got the recipe. I'm an artist, I'll draw you a bath. Pluck buckets of rose petals and make a path, leading from the table to the tub. I'll slowly take your clothes off and lift you up. Place you in perfect temperature water. I'll bathe you. And if you worry that you gained a little weight, it won't faze me. We can soak together, crack jokes on each other. Give thanks for the lessons that we've learned from past lovers. It's what's got us here. I'll massage your feet and lick your toes and kiss every part of your body that you forgot needed love. Your chin, the parts of your lips that curve up when you grin. I'll kiss your elbows and your knuckles. I'll kiss the top of your knees until they buckle. And if it's there, I'll kiss any regrettable inks. I'll kiss your third eye until it blinks. Let's sink into the water until we drop from the sky. I want to show you your wings so we can fly. Allow the wind to swim through our feathers onto our spine. Soar until we're sore, then ground ourselves back to earth. I want to know about every moment you've ever been hurt and everything you've ever been embarrassed about. Let me know. Let me take it and your pain to let them go. We can cry so hard, speak of past regrets, and remind each other that in those moments we tried so hard. Release until we're weak, then replenish. Wipe our eyes one more time, clean up our face, change up the pace. Let's go to the jungle, ride elephants, speak with the zebras, run with the wolves, chill with the lions. We can dance under the moon, salsa, ballet, and hip hop. Try on old funny clothes from the thrift shop until the owner gets pissed off and flips out. Run through the aisles until we get kicked out. Break through the doors of Madison Square, freestyle on the stage even if nobody's there. And if you're okay with it, we can go rob a bank and get away with it. Let's stuff turds in people's air conditioners, break through their homes and put super glue in their shampoo and conditioners. Let's get easily offended and randomly trigger each other's traumas, still holding on to issues from our daddies and our mamas. I want you to look into my eyes and face your abuser. I want you to look into my eyes and face your abusers so you can hurt them back. I'll gladly take all your bruises. I want to soak all your pain you've ever held in your brain. Let's face the depths of hell and darkness, slay our demons and righteously die so we can know what it's like to truly be alive. Let's get drunk, let's get high. I want to argue with you. I want to fight so hard until we hate each other, till our egos are completely defeated, and then we come back to that unconditional that survived everything depleted. Yeah, I know I'm Neo, and maybe not the one for you, but you still sexy when you're mad and I'm wanting you. We don't have to have sex. Just looking into your eyes feel like I'm making love with you. But if you're down for it, dig your fingers in my back, girl, I can handle it. Break the bed and dismantle it. Let's let our passion set fires to any unlit candlesticks. And if you down for it, afterwards, I'll ice up the Kool-Aid and whip up some mean sandwiches. Then we can dance again. I want to hold you until we remember our souls. I want to see God with you until we remember our goals. I want to raise kids with you. First words, first steps, first cry, first time they open their eyes, first breath. And watch them grow until they're offering their own, sitting rocking chairs with drinks when we're old. I hope that I got you sold, because every bit of this is true. Everything that I've said so far, I can't even describe how much I truly love you. I'll be honored if you select me. I'll be honored if you reject me. I'll send angels your way anyway. This is my mind, my heart. We can have a conversation and just simply part. I love you to the end of time, and we both know there's no such thing as time. I'll give you my love, my wisdom, my prayer, and my power if you just give me 24 hours.
Unmute yourself and give it up for
Yes, get it, let's get it.
Thank you, yo.
Elijah. Let me unmute Christian because last week my shampoo, the texture wasn't right, man. You and your lady caused the trouble last week. Yo, brother, that was awesome. I love the energy. Where can the people find you online?
You can find me on 11, the Phoenix Project 11.com. It's still under construction, but it's open. All right, and there's my little Cash App right there. Thank you guys so much. I love you and I appreciate you. Joy, man, joy. I love you.
Thank you, Christian Elijah, rocking that awesome rhyme and then rocking that awesome hat, Ren and Stimpy. I don't know, man. Showing my age. I was old enough when they were. All right, forget it. Now I'm not showing my age. We're gonna keep going. All right. Next coming up is Generalissimo. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He just put his video on. Should be able to unmute yourself, sir. It's the Generalissimo.
I'm unmuted, Mr. Advocate. First of all, damn, that Christian Elijah is amazing. And if I can get a Ren and Stimpy hat, can you figure out how I can get one of those, Christian? Because I want one. Okay, I've got a bunch of new shit, so I'm going to try to roll through it. So don't stop don't cut me off till I'm finished, Advocate. So bear with me. We're going to start off with, where the fuck is it? Okay, there we go. Some titled haikus. The pits are a red herring. God made the mango to assuage his sweetest tooth and need for sticky. The second haiku. In the afterlife, the junkyard dog rules. When the sun does shine upon the face of a sphinx, pharaohs stand in awe. The next is called Why Samuel Harris Paplanus Sentenced Several Woodpeckers to Death by Guillotine. My Uncle Sam's yard existed in a Tucson desert. One of his neighbors had a burro that often hollered for no reason at all. Uncle Sam claimed it was the reincarnation of Minnie Pearl. Bobcats and roadrunners were visible through the sliding glass door past the stone-tiled patio from his tastefully furnished mid-century modern den. Mesquite trees looked like a living driftwood art installation when bare. The proud saguaro cacti resembled an Alvin Ailey troupe in mid-dance. When woodpeckers arrived as if they were hired by Hitchcock to peck the saguaros down to their skeletons, Uncle Sam called them cactus murderers and said they deserved the guillotine. Okay, this next one I wrote just Saturday at the during a workshop at the Bronx Art and Fun Hub. Talk to Ron about that. After over a year of only Zoom, I did assume, as I have heard, this is about a journey I have yet to take. So after over a year of only Zoom, I did assume, as I have heard stories of yore from pre-pandemic times, I might have to wait in line to read poetry at the New Eurekan. It's not too different from the now deceased Cantab Lounge in Boston, a basement bar space, concrete walls and floor, a little subversive feeling, a space that might have held secret communist meetings in the 50s. When I drove 2.5 hours to Boston, I would wait over an hour in line for the hope of one of 10 open mic spots. But now I have arrived outside the New Eurekan in New York City, a place even more legendary. I still will wait in line on an Indian summer day or a frigid winter night with hopes I arrive in time to find a place on the open mic list, because poetry is worth the over 8-hour drive all the way from Maine. And it's worth the time to wait in line to finally meet my online poetry family, because I have been waiting since June of 2020 to walk out of my laptop to step on that stage. Thank you, everyone.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for
Nicely
Jeremy
done.
Simone.
Done, General. Nicely done, General.
No manches.
And may I say thank you, Advocate, because
Hold on. Had to mute everyone. Let me unmute you. Had to mute everyone so that we could hear you.
I wanted to say thank you, Advocate, because you've given me this family.
Ah, man, we built it all together, man.
And everyone check out the Bronx Art and Fun Hub that Ron helps run, because they have a lot of interesting workshops and things for you to do online. And every Saturday at noon, there's always like a poetry workshop. So, and Ron runs one every other week. So it's really cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Generalissimo. And I appreciate your hat too, man. Mark Thompson's going to be on later on the list, so he'll be able to give you all the links and information to that. I love hearing about how you guys are coming together and doing stuff together. Sometimes I feel weird when you guys give me credit or say thank you to me. Like I'm really not doing that, and I just show up just like everyone else. So, but next up is Paul Skiff. And I know Paul is on, but I don't. Oh, there he is. We are going to this Skiff verse. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Paul, how are you this evening?
And I'm feeling lucky the landlord's actually giving adequate heat today. What did I do to deserve this?
It's well of positivity, man. It's working.
Must be. If that's the case, then this has to be the theme every day, please.
Try and change it up. I'm trying to change it up. Next week, it's going to be okay. Still some more positive, you know?
Yeah. How are you going to get positivity out of me? I'm not that easy to get positivity out of. You know that.
I know. I saw your name on the list. I was like, oh, man, what's he going to do? Can we possibly post something? So, all right. Are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
If traffic jams my voice with crushed air to discourage arrival of clarity stuck beneath question and ear searches. Racing thought, will my tongue carry over utterance that continues, breath driven by blood surge to the hearing heart? If sick pictures enclose my eyes with torture of extreme stillness to shove violence at memory, real vision will transport Light to surpass frozen moment, bringing passage through choice over insistent barrier spewed by diseased motive that interrogates total life. If I am made to live diminished among shadows, without shelter, under poison sky, naked, with no help, whole I will thrive, increased by obscurity, clothed in cleansing rain, welcoming all eyes to raise a path from my own senses. All of this I say to you who strive to reject our human similarity with force of your confusion, so that we continue, so that as we continue here tonight, our struggle to accept each other, so that is, we continue our struggle to accept each other, you will feel why I appear so elusive, patient, and clear. Why I seem so elusive, patient, and clear. Why I seem so elusive, patient, and clear.
Unmute yourself and give some energy to Paul.
Transported, man.
Beautiful.
Totally like transported.
The end.
Wow. We went to the skiff verse. Let me unmute him. And I wasn't sure because sometimes Paul takes pauses, so I didn't want to. I jump everyone in, but it seemed like that a long pause at the end just added the tension. Loved it. Paul, where can we find you online?
It's just paulskiff.com. I'm endeavoring to get some new content up soon, but the old standards are there.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. That is Paul Skiff, an OG at the New York Poets Cafe. Like I said, he's probably got more claim to this open mic than I do. Make sure you go to his website, paulskiff.com. Check out his stuff. Befriend him. Next, coming up on the list, he was mentioned earlier, twice actually, Ron Mark Thompson. How are you, Ron?
Hey, it's a little slow, still didn't bring down my Halloween decorations, sorry, but thank you for all the plugs. I did not pay any of them. You know, so nice to see community coming together. Brian and Diane, and small world. Yesterday, so on Saturday, we had a poetry workshop with Heather through my organization, and Heather was heading an open mic yesterday, and Michael Sindler was there and performed. So I'm like, we're coming all together here. Back to all thanks to you, Advocate. You bringing us together. You know, you and La Bruya. All right. I wanted to write you a message saying, hey, replace me with somebody from the waiting list. And if you don't do it, I'm going to send you the kryptonite that the ones who saw you on Friday, we know what the kryptonite is now, you know. But then I said, I know, let's not go into that, we know now. But then I forced myself to finish writing something an hour ago and stick with me different than my usual poems. Well of positivity. Really, what will be positive about tomorrow? We all get one of two white old men to be the leader for the next 4 years. And yes, I use the word old. Both men are well into their 70s, some 30 years older than I am, some 50 years older than my children are. There are 330 million people in our country, half of them women, half of them men, diversity everywhere, different ages, different colors, cities, suburbs, immigrants from all over the world, different parties, different ideas. And all we can come up for November 3rd, 2020 is two major parties, only two, and each of those nominating an old white man to be the president? 231 years, 45 presidents, and only one of them was black. Do we have to wait another 231 years for the next one? Think. In the past years, more people voted for American Idol or America's Got Talent. But the tide has turned. So far in the past, already early voted. Apparently, the anger for the current administration indirectly has brought out some positivity in us, hasn't it? So you know what? Okay, I'll be positive. I'll smoke a fake cigarette tomorrow. I'll watch the election results, assuming all the ballots will be counted by the end of the day. If the current president wins, I'll say yes, 4 more years of drama, suspense, Twitter rants, comedy. I can continue writing protest poems, but also knowing too well that another 230,000 people will die from the virus. And if I'm not careful, I may be one of them. If, on the other hand, the former vice president wins, we can finally put an end to the various pandemics besieging our lands. And yes, I'm not just talking about the one called Corona. We'll all be happy, healthy, get our jobs back. But it will be a boring presidency. Nothing much going on. Think carefully. Whenever the Democrats were in charge in both houses in the past decades, how much better did they do? It took forever to get some type of public healthcare system, which still isn't perfect. There are still no laws that presidential candidates have to reveal their tax returns or actually be qualified to run a country. And we still have the same spaghetti-shaped congressional districts. The Democrats easily could have redrawn those back to fair representation. You want to impress me? How about you do something about that? Or how about do something about climate change? Once and for all, that should keep you busy. Now, if somehow Biden's presidency ends early, let's say he quits before 2024 and Harris takes over, then I will bring out the champagne. Finally, a woman in power, like in so many other progressive countries around the world. And you know, the first law she should enact is that for the next 200 years, no white man should ever be allowed to run for president again. Instead, let's choose from women, from blacks, from Latinx, from Asians. There's such a huge range of qualified, strong, positive people who can do the right thing. Okay, so let me go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow, knowing that somehow it's going to be okay. Hey, why do I have to wait a whole week? Next week's theme should really have been done today. The end.
Unmute yourself, give some energy to Ron.
Nice, Ron.
Yeah, Ron. Excellent job.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
And so true.
Ron for president.
Ron Mark Thompson. Wait a second. Someone said Ron for president. He just said no white men. Did you hear the poem? Jeez. Ron, where can the people find you and all of these events that the people were talking about?
Well, I thank you for the sympathy, well, but not only am I white, but the Constitution also prohibits me from running for president because I was not born in this country. So do something about that as well. But in the meantime, I'll keep coming here Mondays. Personally, you can find me at Ron Mark Thompson, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And Brian already mentioned it, Bronx Art and Fun Hub, BXAFH. It's a new month, so tomorrow I already voted, so I'm going to spend time on getting my calendar, more poetry workshops, more other, free classes. And keep coming back, Thursdays and Mondays here. Thank you, Advocate. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ron. Make sure you check the chat because a lot of people want you to start your presidential campaign right now for 2024. People are saying that they'd vote for you. You turn in the tides, Ron. You turn in the tides. One workshop and open mic at a time. Ron Mark Thompson, make sure that you go give him a follow. Next coming up is our resident Spotify DJ, Sam Park. Sam, how are you today?
I'm doing so well. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. It sounded like a fire alarm went off back there.
Nope, just a message.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you popular. Thank you for spending.
It's all good. I'll bring the heat. I got you. Word.
No doubt.
Today, I got a poem for y'all, just continuing with the theme of Well of Positivity. This poem is untitled, but I hope it gives you some, I don't know, uplifting, anything you need. Take anything you need, leave the rest in gold, whatever. But anyway, here you go. All right. Letting fear take a seat, I rise like the heat and feel the earth's heartbeat imprinted on the soles of my feet. They are cracked like concrete, like shattered glass on the street, but they stand firm in conceit, holding a soul high from defeat. In the heart and the mind, the most elite refuges of its fleet, toward battle, head first to meet hardship and bittersweet life. And so I greet obstacles for sport and treat them like track meets, leaping over what could trap me. But my winning feat has always been my eyes, scanning for deceit, staring ignorance down until it is obsolete, in order to find and complete fulfillment and the victory of another heartbeat. I'm forging my own path and directing where it leads, focusing on patience instead of on speed. I'm taking my time and preparing to make sure I succeed, because those who lose their way often don't plan before they proceed. The future is not known. It continues to be unseen, but the beauty of darkness is that it sheds light on my dreams. I respect those dark experiences that have once broken me, but I have broken down the walls that kept me in captivity. I have my logic, my heart, my gut, and my creativity to banish the pain I have felt from past tragedies. Though tragedy will always be a part of who I am still free, because nothing but myself could ever hinder me. My natural instinct has never been to flee, but to fight for light in spite of dark reality. There is nothing as curing as bearing naked vulnerability, as it clears away the cobwebs to create crystal clear visibility. So I give thanks for the missteps, the next breaths I am blessed to breathe. Without gratitude for my mistakes, I simply could not achieve my abundance in the lessons that were tailored for me to receive. Taking stock of my growing pains, I have victory over negativity, using my vision and my past to be a guiding light, a well of positivity.
Unmute yourselves, give some energy to Sam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that flow.
Beautiful.
Nice, Sam. Good job.
That well of positivity, that is Sam. Loving it. Let me unmute Sam. Uh-oh, Sam froze. Oh, there we go. No, you're back.
All good. I'm back. Yep.
Positivity worked. You worked through the freezing. Okay, Sam, where can we find you online?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Zaddy_beats. That's ZADDY_beats. I also make playlists for any vibe you can imagine. I have a writing playlist for everyone that's 2 parts. It's called Beatniks, and I'll slide the link for everything down below. Yeah, hope everyone stays happy and healthy, and I'm sending waves of positive energy and love.
We're feeling it. We're feeling it. Sam Park, make sure you give Sam a follow. I love her energy. I think Sam's been with us for like 2 months now. Love it. Love that she's a mainstay here. Okay, we're going to the Philippines if he's here. I don't see Lacan, LKN, who is in the Philippines. Usually when he signs up, he's here. I don't see him. Going once, going twice. Nope, don't see him. Maybe he'll come on later. Okay. So moving up next is Marie Ruiz. That's a name I don't recognize. Is Marie Ruiz here? Marie Ruiz going once, going twice. That means we're getting to more people on the waiting list. Marie Ruiz. Nope, don't see a Marie Ruiz. Okay, so that means we're going to the Withdrawn. I know the Withdrawn is here. I see his face. Well, at least there it goes. Let me unmute him.
My bad, man. I've been cleaning all day. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, you got it. We got that feedback. Nah, it's all right, man. It's all right. We skipped 2 people ahead. We jumped 2 people to get to you, man. How are you this evening?
I'm good, man. Hanging in there. Ready to bring that positivity.
Wait, let me see that shirt. Let me see that shirt. Yes. Yes, you are dressed appropriately for today. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Man.
Love it. All right, man. Get into it.
Okay. All right. This piece, so I write a piece every first of the new year. And this one is titled One with the World, One with Yourself, 2020. I owe a huge thank you to 2019 for proving to be one of my most memorable years yet. A year filled with presence, gratitude, self-awareness, mindset changes, and growth all ran up on me and threw their hands at the same time. The crazy part is some of these things were probably present in the years prior. Maybe it was a matter of recognition. I actually owe a huge thank you to every year and to every individual I've encountered. What I've learned is that I also owe a huge thank you to myself. 2019, as any year, was filled with ups and downs. It might have been a tougher year for some and a greater one for others. But the matter of the fact is you are strong. You are still here, pushing. I felt the literal transition from 2019 to 2020, from December 31st to January 1st. I've never felt that before. I could compare it to being hot at an amusement park and walking through the little mist showers, coming out on the other side a little cooler. A very obvious present transition. I see the posts about 2020 vision, and this year, many of us will lose our sight or will begin to blur. But your heart knows where to go regardless of whether your vision decreases or not. The vision is already present deep inside. Trust in your heart, and you can never go blind. Complain less and de-stress more. Keep your passions and love for things out of your to-do lists. Don't wait to start fresh or start a new beginning on the first of the month or on a new day of the week. If you can, start the moment it crosses your mind. You are the crossing guard, and only you can control the traffic and when the fresh start can walk to the other side. Love, help, be kind, forgive like you never have before. Learn to. Open your mind to new people and experiences, different people and experiences. Recognize and remind yourself of your worth and refuse to give yourself and your energy over to people who don't serve you well. Let's make and continue to make our mental and physical health a priority. As selfless as we want to be, Let's not push off taking care of ourselves for other people. Release those who don't reciprocate the same love you bring forth, who don't meet you halfway. Don't let the amount of time you've known someone or the amount of time invested in something always be what keeps you fighting. Time is not always the answer as to why you should be sticking around. Lead with vulnerability. Don't let others navigate your feelings. Allow yourself to feel what you feel when you feel it. Follow your own timeline. Know that the steps it takes someone else to get where they are have no direct impact on the steps you need to take. You must find the steps that work for you. Create your own. Allow fear to teach you rather than run you. Be curious in learning about others, but also be curious in learning about yourself. Take those moments to breathe more, sit and process more, talk to your loved ones more. Take care of yourself. Make choices for you. No one has to understand every single move you make, and you don't have to explain every single move you make. Just trust in God and in yourself. This isn't just my year. This is our year. So let connection and prosperity grab your hand, and let love be the guide in this life we live. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give some energy to the withdrawn.
All right.
Thank you,
Oh,
brother.
classic
Nice.
stuff.
Hey,
That
was
so good.
The withdrawn. He's always the wild card. We never know what we're going to get from him. Today we got the beautiful flower that is the withdrawn. Brother, where can the people find you online?
Thank you. You can follow me at The Withdrawn on Instagram, thewithdrawn.com. Be safe, y'all. Kai and Max also wanted me to extend their love, saying sorry that they couldn't be here, but they love y'all. And thank you guys for the love always. And just stay safe, man. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. That is the withdrawn. That's right. Kai Brackens, Maxie, and Metronome all had to bail out the last second. That's why we're able to get to so many other people on the waiting list. And also, we're going to have time. I've decided that today a new video of mine came out, a poetry video, includes my son in it too. So I think I'm going to show it on here. Not right now. I'm going to show it a little bit after 10. So if you needed a reason to stay after 10, this is it. All right. So with that being said, though, we're getting back to the open mic and we're going to Japan. Now, I don't know this woman, but I know that she was on Thursday night and I remember her from there and she was awesome. Jen from Japan. Am I supposed to call you Jen from Japan or just Jen?
No, you can call me Jen from Japan. That's what I go by.
Awesome. So if we Google you, that's what we're going to find. Jen
Yes.
from Japan.
Jen from Japan. Jenn from Japan. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you made it to the Monday night online open mic. You ready to share your work?
Yeah. I have a couple pieces. That's okay. They're kind of shorter. Yeah. So I got something for y'all. All right. Perfect. So just talking about positivity. This first one is actually more about pulling positive out of a really shitty situation. It's just something that I went through just about a year ago. It's called I Heard God. I heard God, a God that spoke to me every night. It took no distractions and quiet concrete walls, open stalls, faucet water, missing towels. Late nights, no deep sleep, wake up from jingling keys, an animal wanting to be free. But no freedom in there, passing time, we stare, we talk, some do hair, play cards, some watch muted TV. Radio repeats, cold as fuck, no heat, metal tables, bland food to eat. It took me learning a lot about self in that cell, in that tear, while inmates yelled, women bitching again, fights broke out, white shirts storming in. On your doors, the CO shout, locked down again, no getting out. Good night. Try to sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Close your eyes, but remember those water bugs fly. But I know it wasn't an accident. Me being there, never had clarity so clear, like it was meant to be. I was supposed to see, to feel, to experience the infamous Cook County. Because now I know the direction I'm supposed to go. The universe sent me a message, and even more, I feel like I was chose, just not for that life, for this, to soar, free as a bird, thankful to the God that I finally heard. Thank you. And this next piece is something that I wrote. It's called Mindfuck. I can fuck your mind like a prostitute for your brain, selling mental stimulation, cerebral fornication just by using words to penetrate. Raw emotion delivered, sliding through your ear canal, vibrations beating on your drums from middle to inner ear, tickling your cochlea. Your brain absorbs the sounds. You begin envisioning images like a piece of clay molded and chipped away. The words take shape in your mind with each line. You're immersed deeper with each verse. While I perform, I allow you access to my heart, the good and bad parts, my thoughts, deepest desires, insecurities, secrets, and pet peeves, the things I normally omit being spilt out in front of you, like stripping off my clothes while standing right here, bare naked soul. You stare. You get a front row view. Open mics turn into strip clubs. Instead of dollars raining down, I am showered with love, claps, snaps, and cheers, gasps, and sometimes tears. Instead of lap dances, I touch you with no touch, more like feels, pleasing and teasing you, seducing you with no hands, just simply by the poetry I share. But I must say beware, because I am good at what I do, and you may fall victim to the feelings I pull out of you. Thank you so much.
What a way to end. Give some energy to Jen from Japan.
Ooh, nicely done, Jen. Nicely done,
So
Jen.
smooth.
Love it, Jen.
Sending you shower, queen. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Jen from Japan. Let me unmute her one time and then we'll find out how we can find her online. Jen, where can the people find you?
Oh, okay. Well, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can type in JENNFROMJAPAN, Jen from Japan. I appreciate y'all.
Awesome. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate it.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you don't be a stranger, man. I know you're going on Thursdays. Don't be a stranger on Mondays, okay?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I appreciate it. We want to do this.
Awesome. Jen from Japan. Loved it. Loved that vibe, man. That rhythm. Poetry's supposed to be about rhythm. So I'm big on rhythm. Doesn't always have to rhyme, but it's got to have a rhythm. All right. So we are technically into the waiting part, the waiting list part of the event. And next up is Trisha De Jesus. Let me unmute Trisha so we can hear her. There we go. How are you, Trisha?
I'm doing well.
Do we have a poem on topic?
We do not have a poem on topic because I am a big fan of Halloween, so I'm still going through Halloween withdrawal. So what you're going to get from me is something a little Halloween-y.
All right, I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's do it.
The footfalls, the voices, the girl sits in the box. The shutters slip slide, open shut. My breathing matches pace. The wind, she insists in where we curl, hiding. She conspires with our foe, a favor to court favor. The footfalls, the voices, the girl sits in the box. In the eaves, I hear the wraiths. They bear down, diligent. They scratch patient rhythm, splinter by splinter. They sound closer and closer. I can almost picture sightless eyes roam the room, nostrils motile. They taste blood particle in between air. A strained mule assures our captor that we remain cowed, nubile lamb, flesh slab, appeasement laid before the altar. The footfalls, the voices, the girl sits in the box. My terror cannot bear. The waiting with this weight, not knowing stabs my patience, bore down to translucent husk. I surrender, I spill forth. My heart, badum, is keeping time, badum. I smile, badum. The end, badum, is agony and ecstasy, badum, badum, badum. The footfalls fade. The voices soften. The girl is outside of the box. The heart hums an odd tune when the hunted doffs the fur. The heart hums an odd tune when the hunter dons the skins. The heart hums an odd tune when the fiend casts off the charade. The heart hums an odd tune and plays well at being prey. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up. Give it up for Trisha De Jesus.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
You gotta stay in the mood there for Halloween.
Trisha De Jesus going through some withdrawal from Halloween. Let me unmute her one more time so we can find her online. Trisha, where can we get you? Where can we follow you online?
You can follow me on Instagram at Finn_Bell and on Twitter and Facebook at FinnBell. And also, I wanted to invite everybody to my open mic, which happens every Thursday. I'm going to be putting the information in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you, Trisha. Trisha De Jesus, make sure you give her a follow. She's fantastic. I love it. She knows her poetry, man. She knows her poetry. All right, real quick, one last time before we move forward. This is our 30th episode. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to join us, you can do so on Zoom, 279-995-364. Of course, I'm your host, Advocate of Words. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Advocate of Words. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you to the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can support us with a tax-deductible donation at nuyorican.org/contribute, or you could go to Cash App and send us money there on New Yorican Poets Cafe. Of course, like everyone else, everything is closed for us. Also, I'm going to be putting this on my Instagram. These are the themes for the next few weeks. Tonight, of course, we'll have positivity. Next week, it's going to be okay. After that, first time, last time, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to have that on my Instagram if you want to jump ahead. With that being said, let us get back to the poets, and we are going to Ray Jane, who I saw on here earlier, but I don't see Ray Jane now. Is Ray Jane here? Oh, yes, she is. I see her. I see her. I see her now. I see her in the hoodie. I'm trying to unmute you, Ray.
Hey.
There we go. There we go. We got you. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Are you on topic?
Yeah. I think so. I think so. I think so.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna let you get into it.
I guess I kind of went a different way with it. Because for me, it's interesting. I've always considered what is in a well, and specifically finding love in a well, and then finding God in a well. So that's what this is about. God is silent sometimes, hushing so I may hear me. Remember whose I am. For if God is in me, am I not godly? Is there a limit to me? Are there real boundaries, or have I boxed myself in? But I am divine, ain't I? Many galaxies stacking upon myself. I am the heavens, raining, storming, birthing, nourishing, no diminishing me. I am infinite. How dare I let those who have never met their own souls attempt to configure my image, let them mirror me instead. So honey, when we are drowning in the broken pieces, the graffiti, amending our beauty when our voice seems small, seems nil. Come back to this moment, recall the God in you whom you claim is greatest, you claim is Alpha, you pray is Omega, and complete yourself. Edit out the untruths you fit into your mouth. Hydrate what you know with what you don't. Swim out of what you can and what you won't. Remember, only you can raise your bar. But don't forget who got you this far, whose light creates possibility for your star, whose love is simply alias for their heart. who has held you when all the world has left you bare, whose armor your enemies would not dare near for fear of what's under there. Last question, dear. Why not in you if God is everywhere? Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Jane.
Yeah.
Yes, Ray Jane.
Yes.
Yes, Ray Jane.
Absolutely.
Yes, Ray Jane. Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, friends.
Much
Thanks.
appreciated, Ray Jane.
Absolutely.
I feel that was positivity. Hold on. Sorry, Ray. I heard you talking. I had to mute everyone real quick, man. And y'all missed Ray Jane on Friday. Woo! She was burning up some computer screens, and not just for her poetry, but that's not what we're going to talk about now. I'm talking about the positivity and the God in Ray Jane. Ray, where can the people follow you online?
First of all, Vegas advocate, Vegas rules. Jeez, guy. You guys can follow me at 3_Forts clairvoyant, or find all my content at itsrayjane.com. Just remember who you belong to. There's a lot of people out here who will try to destroy you, especially in the days coming. So remember.
That is true. And I have to ask you to do this. I know you're being serious, but I have to ask you, you've got to show your shirt too. I love it. I love it. I wish my kid was here. I'm gonna have to play this back and show it to him. He watches that all the time. I love it. I love it. Ray Jane, thank you so much. Ray Jane, it's rayjane.com, and make sure that you put that information into the chat as well. You know how it is, Ray. Thank you so much. And I missed you. Been a while since we had you. I know you've been on Thursday, but I missed you. I'm glad you're back here on Monday with us. Sorry. I got Friday in my mind. Sorry.
Hey, don't we all? The feeling is mutual. Y'all be well and be safe.
Thank you. It's rayjane.com. Make sure you go check her out. Give her a follow. Okay, next coming up is Tree. I saw Tree on the waiting list. I was hoping we could get to Tree, and then I saw we could get to Tree, and then Tree wasn't here in like the first half of the open mic, but she's here. Tree, long time no see. How you been?
Oh my gosh! Oh, you don't even know the joy that is exuding through this stairwell right now. I miss y'all so much.
We missed you. I'm so happy you're back for this. I got so excited when I saw your name on the list. I'm glad that you're here. Again, I'm gonna mute myself, let you get into it. Go ahead, Tree.
Okay, I just want to say that I love y'all, really. I'm like, seriously, I missed y'all so bad. Okay, so this piece is called The Power of the P. It's on, I believe it's on content. So I hope that you guys are inspired. The power of the P. It has the ability to reposition kings and kingdoms, to increase our incomes and bring back any symptoms of flaccid dictums. No, not those body parts used for reproduction, but rather the diction used in self-help discussions, those words that summon affirmations to come in and show us we're stronger than our circumstances, becoming always better, always greater, disillusion the haters with the power of our prayers, speaking truth and life, moving steady like escalators, excavators of our potential. Essential is this: the power of the POSSIBIBILITY. I just spelled that wrong, but y'all get it. With it in our midst, we can resist any dismiss any systematic plan to depress us. We can defy all the negative spells cast against us. Become like Tick and Letty, summon the force of our ancestors and drive the world heavy-handed to arrest us in sorrow. With the power of the P, we have access to borrow strength from the Almighty, who, like the Grecian Aphrodite, is the embodiment of love, and who doesn't wear it lightly. We are drenched in his grace, only quenched when we make haste toward possessing the power of the P to embrace our fullest potential. knowing L's are consequential, but W's are sequential, following us as long as we remind ourselves positive thinking is essential to our mental conversations. So let us now hasten a shifting of our minds. In this gifting of time, let us be present and present ourselves as wise, not only because we've survived, but also because we've aligned ourselves to the most powerful force of all, our minds. So the next time you find doubt creeping in, I wish that you stop and breathe and reorder your chin to incline to the hills and remember you're skilled. You are worthy. You are able. You are passionate and potentially enabled to do all that you desire, to hold your head up higher. The power of the POSSIBILITY is your spirit guider. You are great and deserving of every good thing. You hold more power than you think. You hold the power to win. Yay.
Unmute yourself, give it up for Tree.
Really nice,
Tree.
inspiring, amazing.
Powerful.
Do more of that every week.
Yeah.
Love it, man. This is what I needed. This is what I needed going into tomorrow. I needed y'all to bring some energy. I've been doing it. Tree brought some energy. Tree, where can the people find you online?
I am on Instagram at Dimple Tree, and I'm on Facebook at Teresia Williams. I'll put that in the chat. I just want to say this is such a wonderful, wonderful, necessary theme because I have had so much anxiety coming into tomorrow. So hearing from you guys has definitely helped my spirit. I love y'all so much.
Thank you, Tree. I appreciate you. So happy to see her back. That was Tree, and that's what I was hoping to do. That's why I looked ahead, and I was like, oh, the election's the next day. Let's try to have some positivity the day before, you know, take some positivity from today and move into tomorrow and just control what we can control, right? Just control what we can control. And what I can control right now is who is going to be our next performing poet. And that is Gigi, who's been returning second time back on the open mic, third time back with us.
Third time, yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I wore my voting shirt today. It's a soup, throwing soup for my family.
I was gonna ask you, what shirt are you wearing? I did not see that coming. That's what's up.
It says anti-fascist soup for my family. So I have two poems tonight.
Okay.
One is on theme and one isn't. And I was so excited that Tree read hers before because mine also has Aphrodite in it. So like, I'm ready. Okay. This one is called Groundwater Positivity. I am boring holes deep into my bones, leaking marrow, lacking hope, trying to find positivity like groundwater from a well. I am turning up dry, drought of happy tides. 2020 came like a wave of plight. I am rationing my will to see tomorrow, knowing that days can't always be like today. Wondering when I will stop choking from swallowing air, or was it tear gas? And then the second one is because of Amy Barrett, who just got elected to the Supreme Court, and this one's called The Barrett Beast. Euphrosyne and Aphrodite, I pledge my idolatry to the goddesses of happiness and love. From a mortal living a life without glimmer, to slay the Barrett beast. Dear goddess, I have been having dreams that I can't pull apart. I can't tell if my nightmares are irrational or if they are premonitions, omens of a future. I stand in a church empty, vacated by its parishioners. Veiled, nestled in my hair in a white dress, awaiting a faceless bride where a wedding won't take place. I approach the altar awaiting to be loved. Dear goddess, this Barrett beast, an enemy of women, has vowed to strip me of rights. Conversion therapy lay at the tip of this basilisk tongue. Dear goddess, I approach this altar not as a brideless bride, but as an offering for you to slay the Barrett beast. Lay what would have been my bouquet on her grave and let her epitaph read, slain by the goddesses she wronged.
Thank you.
What? Give it up. Give it up for Gigi. Unmute yourself. Give it up
Ooh,
for
Gigi. Aphrodite reference. I see you. I see you.
They come in with that power. I'm like, ooh.
Gigi went in. Let me unmute Gigi so we can follow her. Gigi, where can the good people follow you online?
So on IG, you can follow me at iron_resilience. That's spelled correctly, iron_resilience. And my main grind is a hairdresser, and you can follow me there at hair_by_JI. And also, as a friendly reminder for people tomorrow, you cannot wear political shirts to the voting booth. They can kick you out. Don't do that. And if things don't go well, be prepared, bring milk to your guests. Please stay safe, everyone. I love you all.
Thank you, Gigi. That was Gigi. Make sure you give her a follow. I thought that was funny. Iron Resilience, it's all spelled correctly. What is that? Because I spell words with a Z. Is that what you're trying to say? You know, us poets, we like to mess with things. All right, so I'm going to try to do something now. First off, this may be the second or third time that I'm sharing my work on the Monday Night Online Open Mic. After that, we're going to get back to the list. So I hope that this works because I'm going to be showing it from the internet, the interwebs. Share sound on screen. Can we see it? Thumbs up, right? We can see it. All right, I think so. Here we go. Oh, I should unmute it. You have my word, and sometimes that means I remain silent. A droid, like a droid on autopilot, fighting for your secrecy without ever being violent. Many a conflicts are won on fields that are quiet, battling inner demons that engulf your nights, locked up in pens so you write poems, stories, allegories, secret-coded messages filled with your plight, because it is difficult to combat enemies which remain out of sight. You have my word. Like beaches pulling the oceans ashore, like the magnets of planets wanting us closer to its core, like pockets of air that help a bird soar, like a son should have his father's word forevermore. You have my love, DNA, and my legacy. You have the unspoken, my attention, and the best of me. You have the power to give me hope and strength that was once not meant for me. You, my son, have me and my word indefinitely. You have my word, and it is your word too. Since before the womb, and it is big and wide and free, and everywhere it looms, it connects and opens up and fills up a room and building and sky, and oh, how it booms. It is meant to be passed down and inherited, and no amount of propaganda can discredit it. It has no rules, no boundaries, no strict etiquette, and it can't be truly defined even with the most eloquent of rhetoric. Love. We have our word, and it fits into every language. You have my word, so when you hear it, be gentle. It is a living and breathing, written and oral document, one which I am not breaking with. You have my word. So yeah, that was it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I hope you're able to hear properly. I'm going to be putting it on my Facebook and my Instagram. Shout out to Pete. He did a wonderful job, man. I wasn't sure how I was going to come. He came to my kid's baseball game. He was videotaping my kid. My kid was all in it. Like, oh, camera, I'm cool. Look at, I can throw the ball. Look at me. I had a lot of fun with it. And of course, I got teary-eyed when I see it because that's my kid, and it's all slow music and Hollywood, you got to look this up because I want to move on. You got to look this up. Hollywood knows how to play with our emotions with music. Like there are certain sounds that trigger a certain reactions in the human brain, not because it's creative, but like scientifically, they know how to do that. So anyway, he did that and I got all teary-eyed. I was like, oh, I love my kid. All right. So Arisael Rivera, are you here? I saw him earlier. I saw the name. But I didn't see him. Yep, here he is. I don't see his video though. Are you there? Arisael, I asked you to unmute yourself. There we go. I asked you to unmute. Can you unmute yourself? There we go.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We got to you, man. You keep getting on the waiting list, and I'm like, I want to get to this dude. I know he tries so hard. All right, man. So go ahead, get into it.
I know, man. I was surprised. I was on the waiting list. I thought I was on time last night. I was like, I'm good. I'm gonna be in there, and it was like 30. Dang. But I'm here. I'm here. Yes. Yeah, man. No, what a beautiful night, man. And thanks for that video, dude. I mean, awesome. I have a poem. It's called When I Find Peace. So yeah, go. When I find peace, it's like I've opened up a whole other part of me. The one that doesn't care about all the other things that seem to easily beset me. When I find peace in a moment, that moment lives quite fervently. That moment before my worries attacked me now seems so distant, like they were never a part of me. I find peace aggravating. How can you be so all-encompassing? Fill me with tranquility, make me feel life's purpose in an instant, and just as instantly leave me. How dare you make me feel perfection only to leave me with this reflection, remembrance of the moment before when nothing could overtake me, nothing could bother me, my own prejudice stopped judging me, and I felt my soul like it was meant to be, free. Peace. Don't leave me here wanting. Stay, oh, stay with me, or it's just a trick to keep me remembering that when the world feels so big, so heavy, to remember this moment of peace when you were floating. Like love you didn't see coming, feet swept up off the ground, couldn't hit the ground running, remembering that what I am is so big, it's eternity. Beginning and end live endlessly. That feeling small is just a tragedy, a lie to make ourselves feel less alive, falsely accepting that this is life because sometimes that's exactly what it feels like nothing is right, nothing gets fixed, no love quite fits, and your body feels like it's about to split, but oh, I must remember this moment of waves crashing and wind blowing, of relaxed shoulders and heart keeping blood lovingly flowing, knowing inside that I am light showing, shining brighter than rays from the sun glowing. I know it. Remember, and let peace be when you decide to take the next step, the next breath in your big, beautiful life. Thank you.
Mute yourselves, give some energy to Arisael Rivera.
Woo! And you got to read. It was worth it. Yes.
Happy we got you, sir. Real quick, let the people know where they can find you online.
Yes, you could just find me on Instagram. That's the easiest way. It's at Arisael_RIV. And I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, just find me on Instagram, and I post obviously personal photos, but also poems. And yeah, follow me. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Make sure that you give him a follow. So happy we got to get him in here, man. I know it's been a struggle to get him on. So I'm always happy to get to the waiting list. Waiting list is never guaranteed. I know like the last 3 weeks we've been able to get to it, but it's never guaranteed. So is Austin Travis here? I don't recognize that name and I don't see it on here. I don't see an Austin Travis. Austin Travis going once, Austin Travis going twice. Okay, 3 times. All right, so Antoinette, we get to Antoinette. I haven't heard her on Monday night in a while. Let me unmute Antoinette.
I know, it's been a while.
Yes, you're here. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Are we on topic or we got something else?
I'm not on topic, I'm sorry.
That voice of yours is positivity enough for me. I love it. All right, get ahead, Antoinette, get into it.
Okay, so the name of this is called Queenship. I am a queen. and I know it. Carry myself differently, and I show it. On the outside, I identify as heroic, but at the inner core of who I am, I'm just a poet. The best part of my day is when I am spiritual. It's critical. I fill up cups. It is pivotal. I am a sharpshooter. There is no middle boo, and I aim my energy accurately. There are no subliminals. Check my growth. Last year, I was pitiful. This year, it's self-care. I'll get rid of you if it's clear that you interfere with any principle. You'll get left over there. Negativity is non-transmissible. I took the stairs to get here, and I mean that literal. I build myself first. My worth is my deliverable. Put my emotions in my pen, then I make it lyrical, and I am not the same. Change is transitional. I'm my own high, the ride, damn near medicinal. Queen shit, believe it. Decide what is fictional. Opinions, I don't need it. I decipher what's applicable, committed to what God says I am. That's what I'm sticking to. A little birdie called me quirky. I call it non-traditional, original. What a coarser. To be identical, I'm plentiful, enough by myself. That means I've been the truth. It's not your physical. If your inner fuel is bendable, I'm just not into you. I'm no longer giving out chances. I've been extendable, and you've taken it for granted, like it's dispensable. But as a queen, I have to protect the scene. It's only sensible. What I made it through is not debatable. I'll never play the fool. I'll bring the table and the plate of food. Don't need to stay with you. I have built this house from the ground up, the foundation, planted seeds of peace, oversee my own nation. No guards up, but I'm scarred up. Healing feels amazing. I've set up boundaries. I control who's inside. I'm sensitive. Access has declined. It's at less. You'll get easily denied. And that is how it has to be. Don't want the wrong auras around me, for I am a queen in a one-woman army. End poem.
Unmute yourself and give some energy to the queen, Antoinette.
Queen.
Bold.
Yes.
Bold.
Yes, Antoinette.
Thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
You're
I bring my own table and food. I was like, what? I love that line. Quotables. Antoinette, where can the people find you online?
I'm on Instagram in my own lane 929. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure you put that information into the chat. That is Antoinette. I don't usually get to see her on Monday nights. Happy she's here. I've seen her in other events, like the erotic open mic that I host that y'all should check out. Oh, y'all missed it. Y'all would have seen my kryptonite. I couldn't even close the show. Antoinette will tell you, people who were there, I couldn't close the show. I was like, no, Monica had to. Okay. Next up is, I hope he's here, because last time we couldn't get to him. He was on the open mic and he waited the whole night. I hope he's here. Matthew Merriquin. He is here. He's here, people. Look at that. All right, let me unmute him. There you go.
Maroquin.
Say it again. Correct me. Go ahead.
Maroquin.
Maroquin.
You makes a K sound.
Okay. I got you. How are you, man? Where you located?
Huh? Where am I located?
Yeah.
I'm from a small town called Storm Lake, Iowa.
Oh, okay. Out in Iowa.
If you don't know where Iowa is, it's okay because we don't either.
Well, I'm glad to have you on. I'm glad we were able to get to you. You ready to share your work?
Yeah, I got two shorter poems because I always forget their themes. So I had to like look back. Well, one of them's like brand new today. The other one's like I wrote it a while ago. So I'm gonna go with the older one first. I'm just go. This first one's called Face Paint. The bright colors brush tickling your skin, that smooth, cool stroke, drying quickly, stiffening your face, a work of art. One to display for all to see, even as it cracks and smears, the colors are still bright, gentle, and kind. Then the day is over and the paint drips away from the eye down to the cheek. The dark is gentle too. It covers the face underneath. Bare, a new canvas. Okay, that's my first one. Second one, it's untitled. I called it Dia de los Muertos Untitled because if you guys didn't know, today's Dia de los Muertos. It's also my birthday, y'all. So, but it's a big tradition within my culture, and it's addition subtraction type of like syllable. So it goes from 1 to 10 and then back down to 1 for syllables. Gone, the car took him past. Away he is. Yearly on this day, Segunda Novembre, my altar with your image, Dia de los Muertos, where we merge, where two worlds can finally meet. There, he's walking, crossing the flowery road. He has now met those from Raíces, hand in hand, side by side, with our ancestors who left. You leaving earlier, at just age 16, back you are now, mi primo, tonight, here. Thank you.
Give it up for Matthew, y'all. Unmute yourself, clap for Matthew.
Ooh, nicely done, Matthew.
Thanks, Matthew.
Nicely done, Matthew.
Glad to hear you read tonight. It was definitely worth the wait.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that we got to Matthew. Let me unmute him. Happy birthday to you.
No.
I can't sing. I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to ruin it. So.
Follow me on Instagram, Vida, so VIDA _ Marroquin. I'm going to just type that because none of y'all are going to get that. It's okay. But yeah.
Thank you, brother. I'm glad we were able to get you on, Matthew. Please definitely come back. Yeah, I saw your name on the waiting list again, like around 5 o'clock today. And I was like, oh, man, this poor kid, we're not going to get to him. But we got to him. All right. I got 2 more left. Is Nightcrawler here? I don't see Nightcrawler. Nope, I don't see Nightcrawler. That means we're going to someone new who has a very interesting picture, and that is monopathic. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. Right? Like we're gonna unmute them and let's see. I don't know, maybe it's monopathic. Correct me, I know I'm saying it wrong. How do I pronounce your name?
Yeah, it's Monal. Monal.
Oh, Manal. How do you say your last name?
Last name is Pathic.
Oh, I said it right, man. I'm giving myself all these problems and whatnot. You should know I know what I'm doing. Hi, Manal. Where are you from?
I'm in Seattle.
Seattle, I love
Yes.
Seattle.
Yes,
I've
sir.
never been there, but it's like one of those cities I want to go to, man. So
Yeah, it's dripping wet. It just makes you feel good. You're walking through mist all the time here.
That's what I heard. That's the one bad thing about there, man.
No,
But
no, that's the best thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sure like during the summer is the best. I don't know about winter. It could get cold over there, right?
No.
Seattle doesn't get cold? That's BS, man.
Not like New York. New York gets cold.
Yeah, New York
Yeah.
gets cold. All right. Let's not talk about weather. You came on to share your poem. You were 35 on the list, the last person on the waiting list. And I think this is the first time we ever got to the last person on the waiting list. So go
Wow.
ahead, brother.
Well,
Do your
thank you.
thing.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I've enjoyed everybody thoroughly. So thanks for sticking around. This poem is called "The Distance is a Crystal Earshot," and that's a line from a poem by Evan Boland, who is a poet that I love, an Irish poet who passed away earlier this year. I prove my back's inability to dissolve outside against the cold brick wall of a convivial kitchen in North Beacon Hill, where you two await the appetizers and my return. This trendy gully where I'm sinking is stinking in the light rain and refuse, the refusal of earlier diners. Departing off one way, their garbage comes from a side door out my way to a dumpster languishing, its distance a crystal earshot from where I'm plunging off the 11th of March into the dawn of the 12th. Both of you inside, still, waiting. And as for me, I'm on the phone now with my wife, weeping into the mottled darkness around me. Lights, they killed Morocco. Action, eve of our first preview, killed me and I can't bear it. Lights, please call them. They're inside. I'm in the alley. Action, I'm drowning among spirits in a magnitude of loss I can't comprehend, learning that it's not a fiction when we talk about severed selves. Now my back fails the proof, starts to dissolve. I'm sorry to wake you, love. Just please call one of them. They're inside. What's next gets lost on so many that a skilled rescue begins with a gesture. Your shoulder, shedding these tears. Here's a diver returned to the surface, battered by waves against the stirrup of a boat, who clings to the vessel, who denies the salt depths, who unburdens an overwhelmed soul in a collapse of noise and waves and grief. Observe the appetizers. They know what they are. They assume the pose of, let's get cold. We head in, shelter in place, still 10 days out. We talk about the housing crisis '08. We talk about, but nothing mentioned of how two loving friends rescued a stammering ruin from between two beats. Around midnight is when the tempest stalls, makes landfall. Coastline of her outstretched arms, a well of positivity. She takes it all in stride. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give some energy to Manal. Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you.
Nice.
Excellent, Manal. Excellent.
Thank
you.
Just like
Manal.
just put it to the camera like this way.
Welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. The people like you, where can they find you?
Oh, thank you, people. You can find me here next week. I'll come check y'all out.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I love Seattle. There's just a vibe about, even though I've never been there, I always get a good vibe from people in Seattle. Like, like you guys have learned how to be happy regardless of how much it rains. Like there's just the energy.
This is an underhanded compliment, man.
No, it's not, because I actually want to go to Seattle.
Okay,
you know
come,
what I mean?
come.
Despite the weather, like I really want to go, man. I've yet to have a bad interaction with someone from Seattle.
Hey, we get a vaccine, we'll get everybody here to Seattle, all right?
That's what's up. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for sticking around to the end.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we got to everyone on the list, or at least everyone who showed up. I don't know where Nightcrawler is, but he's going to be mad. Like, I should have stuck around. He would have gotten to rock out tonight. Our next open mic is Thursday. That's hosted by La Bruja. That is at 9 p.m. Make sure that you're following the New Rican Poets Cafe on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. They're like freaking everywhere now, man. I think they still got their Snapchat open. I don't know. But anyway, make sure that you're following New Rican everywhere you can. And of course, next Monday is going to be, it's going to be okay. To sign up, the sign up opens up at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. That's when you can sign up. And I know tomorrow's going to be crazy. So people, please, let's keep the positivity going. With that being said, good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative and as positive as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting us into your homes. My name is Advocate of Words. I'm the lucky dude who gets to host this every night. And yeah, go be positive, people. All right? Get it in like chipmunk, stuff it into your mouth, because you're gonna need some reserves for tomorrow. All right, we're done. I've done my best for the world to try to be positive and prepare for tomorrow. I've done everything I could. Now it's time to go home. All right, New Yo, take us home.